Hello and welcome to our letter of the day video. Today's letter is the letter R. This is the uppercase and lowercase r. To make the sign language for R, you just cross your fingers like that. So let's see if we can sing the ABC song. Let's use our mouths and also our hand doing sign language. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, 3 fingers, N, 2 fingers, O, P, Q, like a duck's mouth, quack, quack, R. Now that's the letter for today, and it looks like you're crossing your fingers, R. Well, let's decorate the letter R. Today we're going to learn that R is for robin. A robin is a bird, so we're going to make this look like a bird's nest. So I'm just going to put some glue right here on the bottom part of this R. And then I just have some brown paper that I cut out. And I'm just going to put that brown paper all around on this curved part of the R so that it looks kind of like a nest. So there we go. Maybe I'll put a few more pieces in here. Okay, so there you go. And you can be done if you want to, or if you'd like to, you can just glue a little robin onto the nest like that. But I'm going to use this robin for art, so I'll leave mine just like it is. So let's see if we can write the letter R. Now, one of the things that I like to do when I go to the playground is I like to look for robins and other birds. Do you do that too? What are some other things that you do at the playground? All right, so make a number 1. Some other things that I do at the playground is I like to blow bubbles and slide. So letter R reminds me of going to the playground. Let's make let's make a number 1. And then let's blow bubbles and go down the slide, just like that. So 1 and a bubble and a slide. So I like to look for robins, blow bubbles, and slide at the playground. Let's see what that looks like on the handwriting house, okay? So we're going to make that number 1 first. And then we're going to blow a bubble upstairs, and we're going to slide downstairs. 1 bubble and a slide. 1, blow a bubble and slide. 1, blow a bubble upstairs and slide downstairs. 1 bubble and a slide. That's the uppercase R. Well, the uppercase R had a big number 1, and the lowercase r has a little number 1. Watch this. It's a little number 1. Trace back up and over, just like that. This part looks like a rainbow. Let me show you. See, that kind of looks like a rainbow. So make that number 1, trace back up, and then make a rainbow that goes over. Let's see what that looks like on the handwriting house. So we're going to make the number 1 downstairs, trace back up and over like a rainbow. Down, up, and over. A little number 1, and then go all the way back up and over. This is the lowercase letter R. Okay, so now it's time to talk about what letter R sounds like. Letter R makes this sound. You have to take your top teeth and put them on your bottom lip. Can you try? Kind of sounds like a motorcycle. R says, like riding on a motorcycle. Do you want to take a motorcycle ride with me? Okay, well, get your helmets on. Let's go outside and take a motorcycle ride. Okay, so we're outside and let's all get on our motorcycles. Are you ready? What does letter R say? Well, get on your motorcycle. We're going to go on the road. R is for road. Okay, but I have to tell you something. This road is a little curvy. So what does R say? R says, oh no, I see a curve. Everybody lean this way. Oh my goodness, I told you this road was curvy. What does R say? Oh no, I see a hole in the road. Get ready to jump it. You ready? Jump. What does R say? There's another curve. Lean this way. There's a big hill coming up. Lean back. It's been fun to take this motorcycle ride with you, but I think it's time to go back inside. So let's park our motorcycles and go back and do some blending. What does R say one more time? I'll see you inside. Well, that was a fun motorcycle ride. Do you remember what letter R says? R says, like the motorcycle. Well, now let's do some blending since we know what R sounds like. So can you tell me what the vowels are? The vowels are A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowels. Well, we're going to put an R with each of these vowels. We know what R says. R, r, ah, ra, ra. Good. Let's put R with E. R, eh, re, re. Let's put R with I. Here we go. R, I, re, re. Let's put R with O. R, ah, ra, ra. Let's put R with U. R, ra, ra. Well, I want to make this say rat. So what letter says t, 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 like a ticking clock? That's the letter T. Let's try to read this word. Rat, rat. I want this to say red, like the color red. So what letter says d, 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 like knocking on a door? D, d, d. That's letter D. Good. Let's read. Red, red. I want this next one to say rip. So what letter says p, 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 like popcorn? P, p, p. That's letter P. Let's read. Rip, rip. I want this next one to say rob. So what letter says b, 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 like popping bubbles? B, 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 b. That's letter B. Let's read. Rob, rob. I want this last one to say run. So what letter says n, 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 as in no? That's letter N. Let's read this together. Run, run. Well, nice job. You did a great job blending and reading today. Now I'd like for us to see if you remember what our sight words are. Okay, so let's get those cards out and you can read these with me and then we'll read our sight word book. What's that word? Look. Look for the, let's read them again, okay? Look for the, well, let's read our book and everything that we're going to see starts with R. And what does R say? R says, Okay. Look for the, what's this? Rainbow. Good. Let's do the next one right here. Look for the robot. Look for the robot. The last one is a shape, and this shape starts with R. Look for the rectangle. Look for the rectangle. Good job. Well, today we're learning about letter R, and R's for robins, and a robin is a bird. So today in math, we're going to be doing some problems, building some problems with birds. So this is a problem, not like a problem, a bad thing. Math problems, that just means that you're trying to figure something out. So first I want you to tell me, how many bluebirds can you see? Count the bluebirds. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 bluebirds. How many red birds can you see? 1, 2, 3. Now, how many birds all together can you see? Count all the birds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 birds all together. So 3 bluebirds plus 3 red birds equals 6 birds all together. Now how many bluebirds can you see? 1. How many red birds can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many birds can you see all together? Count them if you need to, but we know there are 9 red ones, so what's 1 more than 9? That's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many bluebirds can you see this time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many red birds can you see? Just 1. How many birds all together can you see? 8. 7 bluebirds plus 1 red bird equals 8 all together. How many bluebirds can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many red birds can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many birds all together can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 bluebirds plus 5 red birds equals 10 all together. Well, you did a great job building problems in math today using birds. Our color today is the color of this bird, a robin. What color is the robin? It's brown. It actually has some red underneath it too on the chest. But we're going to let brown be our color for today. There is a color we all know. Can you guess what it is? B-R-O-W-N. 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 That's how you spell brown. Well, our shape for today, we're going to combine with our art. So let's head over to the art table. We'll do shape and art together. For our art project today, let's start with a paper plate. And the paper plate is a circle. But if I fold it in half, let's see what shape it makes. Just going to press it down so I can see the line that it makes when I open it up. Okay, so this is a semicircle or a half a circle. So when I open it up, take a look. There are 2 half circles or 2 semicircles that make a whole circle. So 2 halves make a whole. And this is a semicircle. Well, I'm going to make this top semicircle blue. So I just have some blue paint here, and I'm going to paint just the top semicircle blue like the sky. Kind of looks like the blue sky when we went on our motorcycle ride. What a pretty color, blue. Okay, now I'm going to rinse my paintbrush off. R is for rinse. Rinse. Now on the bottom semicircle, I'm going to paint that brown like a nest, like a robin's nest. A bird's nest is brown because birds use things like hay or straw or even the grass that's dry and has turned brown. So this bottom part is going to be brown. We're making it look like a robin's nest. Okay. Now I want to make it look even more like a nest. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some glue down on this bottom semicircle. And then on top of the glue, I'm just going to sprinkle some of this brown paper that I cut out. That makes it look even more like a nest. I'm almost finished. I just want to add this little robin right on top of her nest. That's one that I just found online and printed out. Well, there you have it. There's our little art project for today, a robin on her nest. Now let's learn some things about birds. Let's learn about their feathers and how they can be waterproof. For science today, we're going to be learning about a bird's feathers. God designed birds really cool because birds can make their feathers waterproof. To show that, I have two pieces of paper that I cut out. I'm going to put some water on this piece. I'm just using an eyedropper, and I'm just dropping the water right on top of the paper, just like the rain would fall on the bird's feathers. Okay, now I'm going to turn the paper over and let's see what it looks like on the back. Uh-oh, I see the water came right through the paper. It's wet on the back side. Now for this other feather, this other paper, it's just kind of like another bird's feather. We're going to do something special to it. We're going to put some oil on it. I'm using baby oil, but oil from your kitchen will work too if you want to try this. Now a bird takes its beak and rubs oil all over its feathers. So I'm going to rub some oil all over this paper, just like the bird does. Okay, next, I'm going to put some water on this feather and let's see the difference. Let's see what happens to the water. I'm just dropping the water on just like we did before, but take a look at what's happening. The water isn't sinking in. In fact, the water droplets are right on top of the paper. Let's add some more so that you can see a little bit closer. Do you see that? It's just leaving the water drops right on top of the surface. And if I move the paper, watch what happens to the water. It just rolls right off. So that's how a bird's feathers can be waterproof. I'm going to come around now and we'll do story time. For story time today, we're going to be reading a book about a robin. It's called My Spring Robin, and it's by Anne Rockwell. A robin sang a song for me every day last summer. I liked that robin. But in the fall, my robin flew away. My father said it would come back in the spring. So when spring came, I went looking for my spring robin. I saw a bee taking honey from a crocus flower, but I didn't see my robin. I looked into the yellow forsythia bush, but my robin wasn't there. My robin was not sitting high up in the branches of the magnolia tree. In the fern garden behind our outdoor table, fuzzy fiddleheads were sprouting in last year's wet brown leaves. But I didn't see my robin there. I saw a tiny toad. It hopped behind a clump of daffodils to hide from me. I looked high up into the sky to see if my robin was flying back to me. Drops of rain fell on my face, and our neighbor's cat ran home. After the shower, I picked a little bunch of purple violets for my mother. I watched a shiny earthworm wriggle up out of the ground. And then I heard it. I heard that song. Cheer up, cheerily, cheer up, cheerily, cheer up, cheerily. I knew who was singing that song. It was my spring robin. The end. Well, maybe you'd like to go outside and look for robins or other birds today. You can decorate your R like a nest if you'd like. You can even do the science experiment or pretend you're riding a motorcycle. What does R say? I'll see you tomorrow.